Coming up, our calf foam roll. We'll be foam rolling our gastrocnemius, which is our larger part of our calf, as well as our soleus, the base of our calf. We'll start off with one leg, then switch to the other. Start by basing our palms on the ground, hips up, and pressure onto our calf. If our calves are too tight, we can always sit on the ground as well. Let's begin. Starting off with that first leg, we'll move about 1/2 inch per second, noticing any tension that we might feel in the center, outside, or inside of our calf. Feel free to angle your foot one way or another, just depending on where the tension might lie. Any tension we might feel, we hold that foam roller against the tension, breathe, and slowly push it out. Good. We'll switch in 3, 2, and let's go ahead and switch legs. Nice. Same thing with that opposite leg. Feel free to look for that tension. Anytime we find that tension, we hold the foam roller against it until that tension starts to break up, and we slowly push it out. 10 seconds. Good. Make sure we're breathing. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and our time. Coming up, our piriformis foam roll. Now we want to make sure we're going to cross one leg over the other. Now the leg that's crossed, the top leg, that's the side that we want to lean to. So if our right leg, right ankle is on top of our left knee, lean to the right side, or vice versa. Again, the top leg, lean to that side, and let's begin. And again, as we do when we foam roll, we look for any tension. So once we find that tension, hold the foam roller up against it, and slowly push any tension that might be in and out. It might take a second to add a little bit of range of motion to that side until we find that area of tension. Just make sure we stay connected with that glute as we roll. Good. 3, 2, and we'll cross our ankle over the other one. Good. Lean to the other side. Again, the top leg, that's the side that we lean to. Looking for any tension. Getting deep into that glute. And just make sure we breathe. Good. We'll work for another 10 seconds. Good. 5, 3, 2, and time. Coming up, our bicep femoris foam roll. Now our bicep femoris is the outer part of our hamstring. So to hit that area, we can always turn our toes out just a little bit. We'll start off with both legs, both hamstrings on the foam roller, and we'll post ourselves onto our palms, keeping our hips up. Again, feel free to go into angle your toes in or out, just depending on where the tension is. Good. Make sure that we start or we roll up to where the base of the glute, and we either start or stop right above the back of the knee. Staying along that hamstring, specifically that outer hamstring, so if we need to turn our toes out just a little bit, again, be encouraged to do so. Coming up, our calf stretch. We want to make sure that our feet are staggered, the leg that's back, that toe, or both toes rather, are facing the wall, but the back leg, that heel should be nice and flat. We slowly lean forward until we feel a stretch in that back leg, and just steadily breathe. We'll begin in 3, 2, and let's begin. Again, making sure that back heel is flat up against the ground. We slowly lean forward until we feel a good tug and stretch into that calf. Make sure our heel stays flat on the ground as we hold this stretch. As the calf starts to loosen up, we can always sink deeper into the stretch or just hold it at a comfortable position. Good. 5 seconds. Good. And we'll switch whenever you're ready. And again, whatever the back leg is, that new leg, we want to make sure that heel is flat. Both toes are facing the wall. And we slowly lean forward again until we feel a good tug, good stretch in our calf muscle. Good. Make sure that back foot, the inside of the foot as well as the outside of the foot, are also flat, and we're not favoring one side or the other. 5 seconds. 3, 2, and our time. Coming up, our supine bicep femoris stretch. Now we can use a strap, a towel, a band, or anything that we find that can secure around the ball of our foot and allow us to pull our toe back. We start off lying on our back and allow our leg to go across the body just slightly. We'll begin in 3, 2, and 1. Again, make sure that that leg goes across the body just slightly. So if our leg pointing straight up was 12 o'clock, we want our foot to go across to 11 o'clock. While maintaining contact with the ground with that hip of the leg that we're working, that leg should be straight, pushing our heel up to the ceiling and pulling our toe back towards us. Make sure whatever strap or band we're using is securely around the ball of the foot, just so that way it doesn't snap back at us. Whenever you're ready, let's go ahead and switch. Place the band, the strap, or the towel around the ball of the other foot, pull back, and allow that leg to go across the body just slightly, now at about a 1 o'clock position, or 11 o'clock. Again, that leg that we're stretching, that hip stays flat, core tight. Trying to keep that leg straight that we're stretching, pushing through that heel, keeping that toe back towards us. Good, and we're done. Coming up, our standing adductor stretch. We'll start with a nice wide base and bend into one leg, straightening out our other leg. The leg that we're straightening, that's the inner thigh, the adductor that we're working, that we're stretching. If we need to, we can always push our hips back against a solid surface if we find that's too much tension on our knee. Let's begin. The leg we're stretching, again, is the straight one. We bend into that opposite leg while maintaining our posture, chest up, shoulders back, making sure we do not drop our chest to get lower into the stretch. Good. Breathe as we hold, keeping our chest up, core tight. Chest never drops below 45 degrees. 4, 3, 2, and we'll bend into that opposite leg, straighten that other one out, and let's stretch that other side. Hand placement is wherever feels comfortable. Most important thing is our lower body. Keeping our lower body stretched, that strong base, and our upper body angled no lower than 45 degrees up. Again, keeping our chest up, the tension in that inner thigh, making sure we breathe. 5 seconds. 3, 2, and time. Coming up, our standing TFL stretch. Now our TFL is right by our hip, and getting this position takes a second. So we'll raise our arm up at the side that we're working, and we want to make sure that we have a heel-toe alignment. The arm that's up, that toe should be pointed away from us, and that opposite toe pointed forward. We lean back slightly, add length to the side, and we should feel it just on our hip, right where our hip meets into our IT band, raising that palm up to the ceiling, and trying to add length to the side of the body. Good. If we want to go deeper into that stretch, bend into that opposite leg, look up a little bit higher, raise that arm a little bit higher. Good. We'll hold that for another 5, 3, 2. Good. And changing our stance, the arm that's up, again, that toe should be slightly turned out. Good. And we'll lean back slightly, raising our arm up, creating length to the side of the body, all the way down into that IT band. Again, our bent, non-working leg is pointed forward, heel-heel alignment. Good. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and our time. Coming up, ankle dorsiflexion. We're going to go and retract our toe back for a 4 count, hold for a 2 count, and then point our toe back out for a 2 count. We could rest our calf on top of a pillow, a platform, or any sort of surface that allows our heel to move freely. We'll begin in 3, 2, and let's begin. Pointing for a 2 count, bringing our toe back for a 4 count, holding for 2, back out for 2. 4 as we bring our toe back in, hold for 2, point our toe for 2. 4 seconds as we bring our toe back, again holding it for 2, pointing it for 2. And as we do this, we'll feel our ankles start to loosen up. Again, staying true to that count, 4 seconds on the way back, 2 with the hold, 2 with our point. Whenever you're ready, we'll switch. Again, placing our working calf on top of the platform or surface, bending that other leg. 4 count as we retract our toe, 2 count with the hold, 2 count as we bring it back. Good, way to keep that nice and controlled. 4 seconds as we bring it back, 2 with the hold, 2 with our point. Nice work, we got 5 more seconds. 3, 2, and time. Coming up, our resisted hip abduction. Ankle band is optional. If so, we can set it to a stable surface and kick our leg out for a 4 count, hold for a 2 count, bring it back to the center for a 2 count. Feel free to use something to go in to help our balance. Either way, we'll begin in 3, 2, and 1. Abducting our leg, kicking it out away from the body for a 4 count, holding for a 2 count, and then bringing it back to the center of the body for a 2 count. 4 seconds on the way out, 2 with our hold, and 2 seconds as we bring it back in. Make sure to keep balance and stay true to that count. Everything slow and controlled. Good, making sure that that foot that we're working stays parallel in line with that opposite stationary leg. Good, and whenever you're ready, let's go ahead and switch sides. Again, 4 seconds on the way out, 2 seconds with the hold, and 2 seconds as we bring it back in. Good, keep that core tight. Good, we'll hold for 4, bring it back for 2, 4 seconds on the way out, 2 seconds with our hold, 2 seconds back in. Nice. Feel free to take a break as needed. 5 more seconds. Good. 3, 2, and time. Coming up, our resisted hip extension. Ankle band is optional on this one. We could still get good work without it, but we'll be extending our leg behind us for a 4 count, holding for a 2 count, and bringing back for a 2 count to activate our glutes. Make sure we lean up against the wall. Non-working leg is bent, working leg is straight. And let's begin. Lifting for a 4 count, holding for a 2 count, and then bringing back for a 2 count. Good, extend our heel directly behind us for 4, hold for 2, bring it back for 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, hold 1, 2, back 1, 2, good. 4 seconds, 2 second hold, 2 seconds on the way back, last one. Good, and whenever you're ready, let's go ahead and switch legs. Bend into that leg, straighten out our working leg, and again, we extend back for a 4 count, hold for a 2 count, bring it back for a 2 count. Good, core tight as we extend back, driving through that heel, squeezing our glute at the top for that 2 count, bringing it back for our 2 count. 4 seconds on the way up, 2 seconds with our hold, 2 on the way back. Last one, and time. Coming up, our wall jumps. Everything is slow and controlled as we jump. Now, we can jump or we can modify just with a heel raise. Either way, we want to make sure that our heel comes down in between every jump or every heel raise. Make sure we don't stay on the ball of the foot, or we will be undoing all the good work that we just did. And let's begin. Feel free to start off with a wall jump. Again, just make sure that our heel comes down. Anytime we need a break, just go ahead and shake it out. And we can always switch either just to our heel raise or continue with our wall jumps. Arms should be extended, and we can try to touch something, or we can just go ahead and reach just for the air. Mix it up how you like. Just make sure we remain controlled and we keep form as we work. If we're jumping, we want to go and have a slight bend to the knee when we land to brace the impact and to allow our heel to come down, thus strengthening up our ankle and our knee complex. Good, add a break as much as you need. Arms stay up, core stays tight. Good reach, heels up, heels down, whether we're jumping or working our heel raise. Good, nice and relaxed. Nice, way to keep that controlled. Good, heels come down in between every jump or every heel raise. 4, 3, 2, and time.